Okay, everybody, welcome to a very large Tuesday, Super Tuesday, Big Tuesday, a really gigantic Tuesday. Here on the Parker Demand page at yournews.com, Mark Wilson with your webcam as MSU and Michigan go at it in Ann Arbor tonight in basketball. Did a piece last week, as you know, if you read it, on Tom Izzo and the Spartans and the correlation between now and 2000, the championship year. This time it's a little backhanded on John Beilein and the Wolverines and what they need to do to get cooking here. They're 10-9. Pretty much have to either run the table or win the Big Ten tournament to make the tournament the NCAA version for the second year in a row, and that doesn't look likely. So, but they still need signature wins. They got one against UConn Sunday. Now they need one against the Spartans. Beilein is 0-2 against Tom Izzo, and Izzo has just dominated. 16 of the last 19. Last time the loss was 07 against Tommy Amaker. That was his last game against Michigan State. Games in Ann Arbor, and those crazies will be going nuts. Chrysler's back to being a full boat backfield, pretty much. They jump around their yellow shirts, their maize shirts, doing their thing, and become kind of like the Izzone a little bit at Breslau and East Lansing. So Beilein's got some work to do. He suspended Manny Harris last Friday before the Purdue game. They lost that game by 10. If Manny had played, who knows? But Harris is back for the game against the Spartans tonight. 7 o'clock tip. ESPN's doing the game. Aaron Andrews is in town. Don't get any ideas. But you get a taste that this game is huge for Spartans. Obviously, they want to keep the roll going. They're number 5 in the country. They're 17-3, 7-0 in the Big Ten. First time they've done that in 32 years, in '78. So they got a lot to play for, and Michigan's got a lot to play for. And Kalen Lucas, good friends with Manny Harris. He talked to Manny after the suspension, and he didn't want to get into much yesterday during a little press thing, but you know that Lucas and his buddy will go at it toe-to-toe in Ann Arbor tonight. And the rest of the guys, Raymar Morgan's got to have a game. And for the Wolverines, P.D. Sims has to have one. Zach Novak, Stu Douglas. There's a lot going on this thing. So check it out. The column today on Beilein and the Wolverines as they look to beat Michigan State if they can for the first time in Beilein's time there. And, of course, you got a 2-year extension. You got to start, like Rich Rodriguez, baby. Got to start beating your in-state rival. Also, check out the tweets and feeds section of the column today. Tom Izzo talked about, in fact, he spent 6.5 minutes yesterday talking about the new logo. And he says, like, hey, kind of referring to guys like me who wrote about the fact he didn't like the new logo because I said kind of looks like Darth Vader with a Deborah Norville haircut. He wasn't too thrilled about that stuff. He says, get on board, Spartans. This is big. We have an identity. Mark Hollis, the new AD, has worked hard with Nike to get this thing done. You'll see it all in April, but we got a little sneak peek at that logo. Whoa. Last couple of days, so write about that as well. Bill Haas wins the Bob Hope Desert Classic. It was rain-plagued because of that El Nino out in Southern California. A 5-round tournament. It's one of those 5-rounders. He shot 30 under par. He won with a birdie on 18. You're saying, oh, but Bill Haas. Well, how many guys right now that you know, your buddies, have a webcam that can show you this picture? This is myself and Bill Haas. Yep, I got a picture of myself and Bill Haas right there. That's at the U.S. Amateur at Oakland Hills back, I think, '02. So about 7 years ago or so. And that's Bill. He's a little thinner there. So was I. But that's beside the point. That's the Oakland Hills Clubhouse right there. And that would be me. That would be Bill Haas. His daddy is Jay Haas, who's on the PGA Tour and Senior Tour. His uncle's the 1968 Masters champion, Bob Golby. And it's his first PGA Tour win. So, I mean, I actually have this picture at home. Now, how many guys who... Bill Haas wins a tournament can show you a picture of themselves with Bill Haas? Aren't I great? Got myself in the back. So there you go. There's Bill Haas and myself, and he won the PGA at the Bob Hope. So good for him. Give it up to him a little bit. Also, Jim Thome, the White Sox said nay. Not going to take him as DH this year, so he's wide open, very available. I think the Tigers, Dave Dombrowski, get me Jim Thome, future Hall of Famer, 560-plus homers, left-handed stick. Even at 40, you could really help Miguel Cabrera now that Curtis Granderson, his 30 home runs are out of here, could really help the Tigers in the power department. Even at 40 years of age, I think the Tigers should sign Jim Thome, give me some excitement before spring training as well. Wings and Coyotes at 7. Phoenix has been great. Really surprising. Dave Tippett might be the coach of the year in the NHL after the whole Gretzky thing, walking away, and the bankruptcy stuff with Phoenix. The Coyotes are here, and the Wings need wins, man. You know what? The longest win streak this year? 4 games. 1 win streak over 3 games this year, and that's not Wings-like, and they need to start piling up some wins before the Olympic break. And Millionaire Matchmaker is back on Bravo with Patty Stanger, the matchmaker. It's my guilty pleasure television show, and I like Real Housewives of Anywhere too, so get over it. But that's on Bravo, 10 o'clock, Tuesday nights. First episode was last week. It's back this week as well, so... if you ever get a chance, it's a funny show. I think it's funny. I think it's funny how they do the thing. Paul Davis, the ex-Michigan State basketball star, was kicked off last year. Was actually kicked out of the Millionaires Club by Patty. So that was pretty cool. And he was kicked out by the LA Clippers, too, as it turns out. So there you go. Check it all out. Michigan State, Michigan tonight. Huge basketball contest. Izzo on the new logo. Bill Haas wins the PGA's Bob Hope Classic. There he is. Won it yesterday, Monday. Got a picture with me. How many guys can say that? And Jim Thome, Wings and Coyotes at 7 tonight. Millionaire Matchmaker on Bravo. It's all there for you. Parker and the Man page at yournews.com.